Okay, this one comes from a gentleman. He says, "Is it okay to masturbate without porn? I heard it is healthy to reduce prostate cancer."
Oh, okay. Very good question. So I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV. But I have heard, similar statements being made in the medical world, and so something that I think is important to keep in mind is that um, the definition of being okay is a very personal thing. Um, I don't think that it would be appropriate for anyone to determine if, for example, masturbation in and of itself is okay or not okay, because of the fact that there are personal values involved in that as well. There are those who have faith-based values that would say, masturbation is wrong. I don't believe in doing that. That is something that I don't agree with. It's against my value system. There are others who say, it's not against my value system. It's something that is a natural thing, and as long as it's not disrupting my life, causing me to have problems with relationships or um, you know, uh, problems with my career or whatever, that it's okay. And so I think to answer the question, is it okay? It's very difficult to say whether it's okay for you. I think the ultimate answer lies within your value system to say whether that's okay. And then not only the value system, but also the idea of whether or not the behavior is something that is compulsive, addictive, where it is starting to become disruptive in life. At that point, that's a kind of a different question where, if you say, I feel like I am beyond the ability to decide, it's beyond my decision, I'm compelled to do it. Most people would probably look at that situation and say, it's not okay because I'm compelled and I feel that addiction, that power kind of overtaking my ability to choose, and I'm not comfortable with that. And so that would be something to keep in mind too. Is do I feel okay with that that propensity, I guess you could call it, where addictive behavior can be very disruptive. So hopefully that answers that question. I think I have heard some people in the medical world make comments about masturbation being something that can be healthy. I can't really comment on that personally because I've seen kind of both sides of that issue. To be honest, I've seen people who have never done that and have felt very, very healthy and at peace with that. On the other hand, I've also had people say that that's a regular practice in their lives and that they also feel at peace with that. And so it's a very personal decision. I think I guess I would also say that I'm not aware of any sort of medical problem with doing that. It doesn't necessarily cause problems per se. I can't really comment on the idea that it could possibly battle or keep you from prostate cancer. That's a great question for a doctor, certainly. But I think ultimately the question comes down to what do I feel is right for me in my life, and based on my behaviors, the balance in my life, my values, all that kind of stuff.
I want to take a second and address this too because this is a frequent question that I get on a regular basis, and I always counter with the question of why are you asking that question?
Yeah.
It's really, if you're asking that question, then there's something that's causing you to think either it's not okay or are you looking for justification? What is the reason that you're asking that question? And
Yeah.
because of a lot of times we've had a lot of people that say after they masturbate that they find that they're extremely kind of foggy headed and their
Mm.
thought process isn't correct, and so that there's all levels of if it's okay or not okay. There's all kinds of stories in between, and not. I always go back to why are you asking that question, and what answer were you hoping it would be? Because then,
Yeah.
then to me, that's helping to either justify the behavior, or is it truly just educational?